Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I just wanted to give a few tips to players who will be starting the game next week for the first time. I'm sure some of you have watched some other videos, but for those who haven't and just want a few tips on how the game works, I'm not going to go through all the little production streams and things like that. I'm going to leave that for you guys to actually work out for yourselves. But a few good tips to understand about the game mechanics is the resources, and it did take me a little while to figure this out, probably a little bit of a noob moment actually for myself. But the way the supply system works is you gather the resources, like I've got here the woodcutter's lodge, I've got the lumber's cutter logging camp, and they go down and cut the trees and bring it here. They then process those goods and then they'll transport it to your storehouse, which here I've got a large storehouse which is storing a lot of my resources that I've got here. So from here, the large storehouse will then need to dispatch resources, or people will come and pick it up and they take it to your markets, which are here. And you can see here that I've got some resources for sale for people to come and pick up, or for people to come and pick up. There's some shoes and leather there. There's a food store there, some food, and you'll see here there's some firewood available there. And then people from the houses can come and pick them up and to stock up their houses so they meet their requirements, which you can see here. Fuel store supply, tick. Food supply, tick. There's 3 different types of food available, and clothing store supply, 2 different types of clothing available. What can happen in the game is, you can see here, it says, this is in the red, it says, oh, I've only got 2 months of fuel supply. I do have 7 months of food, which is quite a lot, which is good. But it says I've only got 2 months of fuel supply, and I'm going, hang on. But I've got 67 firewood, it says there. But the key thing here is this button, currently showing total goods stored. This shows the total firewood stored, basically on the entire map. The firewood stored where you're gathering at your woodcutter's lodge, at the large storehouse, which you can see I've got 36 firewood, and there may be some here, there's none currently there, and then also what's available in your markets. What this figure here shows is the total food and fuel available for people to access from your houses from the market, not your storehouse or wherever else is being manufactured. Because sometimes the food, you can see when you got like chicken pens, this house has got a chicken pen, you'll see under general setting that there's some eggs there. And then you'll go to another house with a chicken pen. Yeah, there's some eggs there. So what that total is you'll see here, currently showing surplus goods. You can see here I've got 20 eggs, and they will be eggs distributed amongst the houses where there's chicken pens, which have not yet made it to the market. Same with vegetables. There might be, you've got vegetable plots all around the place that I've got. There may be vegetables in these houses which have not yet made it to the market. So there's only a couple at the moment. Same with berries. There's 40 berries, which my forager is here, and there's 18 there. So, and there may be berries in transport, being transported around the map as well, which have not yet made it to the market. And when you change it to here, total food, you see everything that's available on the map, which is in all the houses, all the markets, your storage locations, where they're being gathered. So don't be too concerned if you see the warning here. If it says you're actually low on food, actually check where your food is being gathered, the forager, and you may actually just need to employ some more people to actually transport it. See, it says here, people gathering berries. Some are actually transporting the goods. Some are actually gathering. And some are peddling. That means they're actually at the market. You can see where these people are here. See? This person is peddling food at the market store. So that's an interesting way to learn how your people actually work. Actually checking where they are. And you can see here, this one is transporting some berries from, they've probably gone and picked them up from here, and they're now transporting them back to this location here, or they'll be transporting them to the market to pass on to people. So that's a good way to see how the resource system works and where your items may be located, because you can see here in the market store, like you can go here and actually click, oh, that one, that's firewood store, that actually doesn't have much there, but where's my food store? There we go, 7 eggs, 12 bread. And then I go to this food store, there's quite a lot of food there available. There's another one there, yep, a lot more food there available. Another market there, a lot of food there available. And then I think there's another one here, yep, and a lot more food available. So there's a lot of food available in my markets at the moment, plus there's some I still have in storage. So just make sure you check this button, because you can get a misrepresentation of how much food you have available and the firewood available. So my firewood is a bit low, and what that means is I'm having trouble getting it from the storehouse, I've got 36, to the market. So I probably need to employ another family to actually help me with transporting goods, because my city has grown a fair bit. So that's a key point about the resource management for a lot of the resources you've got on the map. Okay, another good tip is pretty much every construction you need needs timber. So your logging camp cuts down, provides timber, cuts down the trees. This used to all be forest, so I've pretty much clear felled this area. And as you can see, the forest gets further and further away. You need ox to transport the logs from where they're being cut down to the logging camp, where they'll be stored. And then they'll either be transported, if you want to make some planks, to the saw pit to cut and make planks to make some other buildings and items. Or they'll transport it to the large storehouse. We've got planks that have been transported there. They get transported by person. People pick them up and carry them. But you will need oxes to transport the logs from here to wherever you're building. And you might need 10 logs to build buildings, or it might need to go quite a way to a farmhouse or construction up this way. So you need oxes to do that, oxen. So a good way to do that is to make sure you start with one ox. You want a hitching post, and you place down another hitching post if you want to get some more oxen. Wherever you can fit it in, you let that build. You can put it on highest priority. And when you want to hire another oxen, it costs 30 regional wealth to hire another oxen, and then that oxen will come from the nearest trading point, which for me is here. So the oxen will come onto the map and walk all the way down here, and as long as I've got a hitching point, it will go there and be available to be used. Now the oxen are guided by people. You can see here, got one oxen coming to pick up some logs. Let's have a look. There we go, it's picking up a log and dragging it, and that's what I'm talking about. So it's now taking it somewhere, transporting timber. Looks like it's going to a saw pit by the look of it. So the more oxen you have on the map means the more construction you can get going faster, because this oxen has to walk all the way to wherever it's going, drop off the log, then go all the way back, pick up another log, go all the way. If you need 5 logs to build this building over here, it's going to take a little while to go back and forth with one ox. So if you've at least got 2 oxes early, it will double the speed that you can transport these logs all around the map from wherever they're getting cut down to the logging camp, and then from there to the construction sites. So, and then you can get 3 or 4 oxen later in the game. I think at the moment I've got 3 ox. I could probably use a 4th one because I've got a horse as well. And the horses can be used for trading, which I've got in the trading post. I've attached it to the trading post to help carry goods around to speed up that process. Another little tip with the trading post, once you reach that level, it's a bit of a noob moment for me, because I was creating some weapons and creating some trade networks, which you'd simply do by clicking on this button if you've got enough money. Obviously that's very expensive, 384 regional wealth, which is up here. It's like silver, I call it silver, to create that trade route. And then you actually need to, say these war bows, you need to actually set it to either import, export or full trade once you've paid the fee to actually open the trade route. Then you set the minimum stock you want. See, I've currently got 3 surplus, but you might want to say, I don't know, 20 war bows, and it will then sell everything above 20 once you've reached that level. But in order to sell things, because I noticed you have the traders walking in and out from the trade point. You see these people coming up and down this road here. It's quite a bit of trade going on now. In order for these people to actually have things to pick up and buy or sell, you need to make sure you actually equip some families into the trading post, so they actually go and stock goods for sale. You know, you can see this guy. There you go. He's picking up some items there, loading it into his cart, and now he's going off probably back to the trading post. Yep, going back to the trading post to stock it up. So if you don't have people in here, then they won't be able to pick up goods, and so there's nothing available for sale at the moment. So everyone's either picking up goods or everything's been sold, but they will restock that trading post with whatever I've got available for sale wherever it's being made. They might go to the storehouse, pick up some war bows which I've got for sale. I've got some shoes that I want to sell, so I am selling those items, and they will transport it here, and then these traders will come and pick them up. And you can actually see the traders. If you go here, you can actually say, oh, where's my sidearms trader? You can go here, follow merchant. Okay, he's actually on his way back. So if there's any sidearms available in the trading post, he will purchase them, and you'll gain a bit of extra regional wealth. At the moment, there's nothing. Oh, there's warbow now. They've dropped off one warbow for sale. So that was a little bit of a new moment for me, because I was wondering, oh, these traders are coming in, but they're not buying anything. And then I worked out, oh, there's nothing here to buy, because I didn't have people obviously working the trading post to go and get the item. So yeah, it's pretty much a common theme throughout the game. You need someone to actually work that building to actually produce the items. The large storehouse, or even a storehouse, is a good one, because if you're lacking any resources anywhere, often it's because you haven't got enough people transporting goods around. You can see this symbol here. Sometimes you get people sick, they can die. Just make sure you, in your forager's hut, when you do get a little bit of money, there's an actual upgrade button here to herbs, and they will start to gather herbs, which helps to heal your people. So one of the best ways to make money early in the game, and I'm meaning regional wealth, I'm not meaning treasury, which I'll explain in a minute. You need regional wealth to be able to basically buy things and do certain things. If you want to buy food or weapons or something for a trade network, you need regional wealth. So in order to generate regional wealth, you basically need to trade goods for it. And the easiest one to really get going early is warbow production. And in order to do that, warbows, all you need is a house, particularly one which you haven't developed a backyard on, an empty one, because otherwise it'll get rid of what you've developed and put a hut down. As you can see here, I've got a Fletcher's shop, which is where I make warbows. And my people are transporting and waiting at the moment, not actually manufacturing anything. So they're probably getting planks, because you need planks to make warbows, and planks come from the saw pit. So either I've got two at the moment. So I've got saw pit, which makes logs into planks. It's that simple. So they take the logs, cut them up, make planks, and if you've got a Fletcher shop, you can then turn them into warbows to sell, or to equip your archery units if you want to. Now, how do you make a Fletcher shop? It's very easy. Just find a level 1 building, or even a level 2 if you've got it, but it's most likely level 1. Go here to this area, and it gives you a whole different bunch of specialties. These are all your food, vegetable gardens, chicken coops, and goat sheds. Now, in order to create an artisan workshop, they're these ones. So all you need is 4 planks, basically, and I must have run out of planks at the moment. Oh, it says I've got planks. So why can't I do it here? Sorry, it's only level 1, so that was my mistake. So in order to make a Fletcher shop, you need to have a level 2 a level 2 house, which is these tier of housing. In order to get to level 2, you need to have met certain requirements: water access, church level, fuel supply, which means you've got firewood, 2 types of food available in the food market, which I've got plenty of at the moment, and a clothing supply, either leather, shoes, which I've got a couple of at the moment. And it tells you there, gives you some ideas of what you should have. Down there it says marketplace, linen, leather, yarn. Once you've got that, you can then upgrade to level 2 for timber, and then they'll rebuild that house into a tier 2. So once it reaches a tier 2, you can then go, I'm going to change this into a bowler's workshop for 4 timber. That's how easy it is. It's only 4 timber, and they'll build that. But the difference is, the people here now won't work any jobs elsewhere. They will only work in this house building war bows. So you basically lose 3 people from your economy that will only be building war bows. So and you have to they'll keep going and get planks. So you might find your plank supply gets a little bit low. If you've only got 1 worker, you might need 2 workers in your sawmill or your saw pit to produce some more planks, so that you can keep enough for building buildings and also your war bows from your Fletcher shop. So once you've got your war bow production running, you then go to your trading post, create a trade network under military war bows. You'll pay the fee to get that from your regional wealth, and that may be one of the hardest things to actually accumulate, to get that regional wealth to start the war bow trade, because you can see it's quite expensive for some of these actual weapons to start with. Getting that regional wealth early can be quite daunting. But once you've got this up, you'll start making a fair bit of money, because they do make war bows at a reasonable clip. The way to get regional wealth is each tier 2 house generates 1 silver. I'll just see if it actually says it here anywhere. I'm not sure. Well, probably on the upgrade button it does. The upgrade, yeah, it says there, level 2 burgage plots generates 1 silver. And eventually when you upgrade to level 3, it generates 2 silver per house. So the more houses you have at tier 2, the more monthly silver you'll generate. So if you have 20 tier 2 houses, you're going to generate 20 regional wealth every month. So, and it also has an effect on your population growth as well. The more tier 2 houses you have in your town, the likely chance of getting more population increases at a faster rate, because it's obviously better quality housing, which makes perfect sense. The other way to get regional wealth early is to look at trading some raw resources. So you can't trade timber as far as I know. You look on your trade. So when you look at materials, you can see here you can trade iron ore for 3 regional wealth. It still costs 144 to set up. You can trade clay for 1, so that's pretty low. But it is a cheap one to set up though. It only costs 48 silver. One of the cheapest ones to set up is firewood for 16 silver. It only costs you only gain 1 export from it. But you do make a lot of firewood. So if you wanted to early, you could put some extra people on your woodcutters, get lots of firewood coming in. Once you've got enough silver to create a trade network for firewood, you could do that and then sell quite a lot of firewood quickly to generate more silver over a little bit of time, so that you can get, say, your weapons production, your warbow trade network running faster, which sells for 5 silver a turn, and then you can then reduce your firewood trade and use those population for other areas, more profitable trades. So, because warbows is one of the best profitable ones early. Another good one, if you happen to have a rich iron deposit available, which I do, is you can set up an iron deposit reasonably early in the game, because what happens, what your people actually gather iron ore at a really good pace. They gather it quite quickly. You'll find when you put just 1 worker on here, that in a few months you'll have quite a lot of iron ore stockpiled in your resource. I don't have much at the moment, but it does build up really, really quickly. So you could then trade that iron ore away for 3 silver each. It costs 144 to set up, so it takes a little while to get that silver, but this is quite profitable. Now, I'd only do that though if you have a rich iron ore available, or you've got enough iron ore that you are not going to need it for a while, because this could give you, if you sell, 200 iron ore, that's 600 income you've generated, regional wealth. So that gives you a fair bit of money to then do other things like building plots at the back of your properties, your vegetable gardens and your eggs, which cost money to do. You need 25 regional wealth for a chicken coop, 15 for a vegetable garden, and 25 for a goat shed. Now, chicken coops provide eggs for a large part of the year, so it's a good passive food income. Vegetables, less so. They provide them outside of the winter months. You still get a little bit in the winter, but not a lot. And they just provide a constant vegetable supply as well. You can see you've got some vegetables. We've switched to there. I've still got some vegetables. Got quite a lot of eggs, 69 eggs, because I've got quite a lot of chicken coops. So that keeps a constant supply of food coming into my city or my village, even during the winter months. Now, the trade income is good because in my situation, you can see here, my fertility of this land is not so good. Ember's not too bad in a couple of spots. Flax is really bad. Barley is really bad, so I can't make ale. It's very hard to make ale. Rye is only good in these couple of locations. So pretty much my farming production is really crap, and I could probably delete these in the near future. So trading for weapons, because I am building here, I've got a blacksmith as well, which is building sidearms at the moment. You can build other weapons and items if you want to, but I'm building them and selling them. I'm also building a joiner's shop. I'm building wooden parts, but you can also build shields to equip your forces or sell. So I've got lots of spearmen, so I've built lots of large shields for spearmen, but I'm also selling wooden parts. So I'm selling these items and I'm buying in some food. So I've got some bread I'm buying in at the moment. So it costs 14 a pop, so it's not cheap, 14 silver. And I'm buying 12 at the moment. So my surplus bread at the moment is 0, but I've actually got a lot of total bread available. I've got 26 bread available at the moment. And I don't produce that, I'm only trading that in. The other thing I am buying in at the moment is some ale, because I can't basically make the barley and then make that into malt and then turn it into ale. So I need to buy in the ale so that I can get my drinks to my tavern, which I need to put people in. So then I can start upgrading to tier 3 because I need tavern supply for my people. So they're happy. They can go down to the pub and have a drink and get lots of happy moments, and then I can upgrade these buildings, these residential areas to tier 3. Now, another good way to generate some money early is to attack brigands' camps. So if you zoom out and have a look, and there's a brigands' camp here actually, which is being attacked by the other guy, the Baron. He must have killed his forces already. There's normally about 16 guys here, and he will send his army to that camp, and he will get about 120 or 150 regional wealth, or he can put that into his treasury. You get an option, 2 options when you raid it. So you can, if you've got a bit of money, you can buy some mercenaries. I've got to call them war bands, but you can go here, hire mercenaries, and for some money, which is from your treasury, you can hire war bands, which is money that comes from here. But in order to get treasury, you need to have built a manor, which is quite expensive. It's manor for Manor Lords, and you got to go to taxes, set a tax rate, and then they will tax your regional wealth at a certain percentage, and you'll get a certain slice from here, which will go into your treasury. And if you increase the tax rate, it makes the people like you less, which affects your approval rating, which makes the desirability of your town less, so people will want to come and live there less, which means your population will not grow as quickly. But you do need treasury. to buy certain things. The other way you can do this is if you've built up some archers or war bows or spears with your craft, you can have a militia, which is just your people in the town. And I've got 36 spearmen there ready because I built 36 spears, and you get an event where you get 20 spears and 20 shields. So I only had to build 16 more of each to fully equip my spear unit, and you got to have the population for it. So you can see here I've got, you can see there 29 level 1 families, and to the right of that says 58. That's 58 men, and then 29 females. So that tells you how many males you have available at level 1. Man your armies, pretty much your militia unit. So I've got 58, I'm using 36. So I've got, 22 more men available if I wanted to create another unit. You can go and create, let's create an archer unit first. So it does take some of the units from there to there, and you can see there that I got 11 out of 36 equipped because I only had 11 war bows available. So missing equipment, you need helmets, you need some armor or chainmail as well, which I'm not currently building to equip your militia units. You can also use that on your spearmen as well, but I'm not currently building that because I don't have those points. And the reason I'm not building it is because in your development tree, you need to go down here, get basic armor making to be able to make that and craft it. But we'll go into that another time. So I think that's just a few good tips for starting off to avoid a few mistakes and so you understand the basics of the game. You can also use your retinue. I'll just say that before I finish this video. Your retinue is like your knights, which I've got here. And you start off with 6, I believe. It's hard, they're in the forest. You can see them there. I've currently got 10 because I've expanded my retinue a little bit because it's quite expensive. You can go here, click on your retinue. I'll disband them for now. So they go back into, they live in here basically, the manor. When you clicked on it, go in here, retinue customization, and in here you can see here I've got 10 out of 12, and I can buy some more knights or man-at-arms, but it costs 50 from my treasury, so it's quite expensive. And you can also upgrade them. You can upgrade them 18 from your treasury, so you can click on that and you equip them with more heavy armor, and you can customize them more here, different body types, weapon types, shields, helmet, and you can change all the colors of that as well if you like. So change the shield. So yeah, you can customize it all, you can rename them. And to get more retinue, you have to expand your manor. Open the castle planner, and you need to be able to build a garrison tower, which I should actually do very soon. You can have one of these per region. You build a garrison tower, and this will give you 12 more retinue size, which means I could then take my retinue up to 24. That's what I'll increase it to, and I can have 24 knights. These are very powerful, very strong units. You can see here, looks like they're going to add in some expertise and bonuses as they gain experience. So I think I'll end the video here. I think that's enough tips for now for a just an early video. Give you just a little overview of the game. I don't want to spoil it too much for people, so you can explore it yourself and learn a fair bit, but just a few tips in there to make the game a little bit easier to understand, which you could play it a couple times and make a number of mistakes before you realize some of these things. So it should make your gameplay a little bit easier to understand, because it's not actually explained anywhere that I could see about those mechanics, and it's sort of just learn as you go. Alright guys, so hit that like button for me, hit some comments, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in the near future. Bye for now.